Almost 2 years into Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, Vladimir Putin has come up with a reason for the war that seems to be resonating with the normally indifferent and politically passive Russian society. We've heard before about the denazification of Ukraine, the brotherly nations, and the liberation of Russian-speaking people from the Kyiv regime. But these objectives proved too far removed and vague to truly motivate the average Russian, who appears to be more concerned about their personal well-being than the situation in Ukraine. But just a few months before the presidential election, Putin is making his new political course clear. And this course is a civilisational one. The infamous Almost Naked Party and the severity of the backlash that is still ongoing almost a month later is a good example of this new direction for Russia. In this video, we'll take a look at Putin's vision of the traditional Russian values, how they're being promoted and enforced, and also at how Russians are turning away from the West while digging deeper into their historical legacy. I'm Anya Korzun, reporting from Kyiv. Subscribe to our channel for regular updates, exclusive interviews, and more explainers. On November 22nd, the Russian president signed a decree declaring 2024 the Year of the Family in Russia. According to the document, this decision was made to popularize state policy in the field of family protection and preservation of traditional family values. Today, on January 19th, the Year of the Family opened with a family forum, held at the exhibition center VDNH in Moscow and said to last for 5 days. Russian Deputy Prime Minister Tatyana Golikova said that the main task for the forum is to contribute to the strengthening of family values and to restore respect for the large family. Boosting the birth rate appears to be a priority for Putin, as multiple children households are being repeatedly mentioned throughout Kremlin's official communication. Just a few weeks ago, Putin himself encouraged Russians to have more children, saying, "Many of our grandmothers and great-grandmothers had 7, 8, or even more children. Let us preserve and revive these excellent traditions. Large families must become the norm, a way of life for all of Russia's people. The family is not just the foundation of the state and society, it is a spiritual phenomenon, a source of morality." Even Putin's eldest daughter, who almost never speaks publicly, talked about these values in a rare interview 2 weeks ago. Russian society, with our principles of life, with our culture, with our religion, is after all not an economic-centric society. We are to a greater extent a human-centric society. For us, the highest value is still the value of human life. Of course, statements like these may sound ironic, considering the rate of Russian troop losses in Ukraine. Ukraine's commander-in-chief, General Zaluzhny, admitted that one of his biggest mistakes was underestimating Russia's tolerance for personnel losses, saying to The Economist, "That was my mistake. Russia has lost at least 150,000 dead. In any other country, such casualties would have stopped the war." Then there was the cozy festive Christmas Eve meeting Putin held with the families of deceased Russian soldiers, and his cheerful speech in which he emphasized the heroism of the deceased Russian servicemen who defend the interests of Russia, reassuring them he will always be by their side. The Institute for the Study of War pointed out that Putin is likely using these recurring publicized meetings as a part of his election campaign. As Russian servicemen and their family members comprise a sizable constituency, and their public support for Putin is vital for the Kremlin's ability to present the Russian population as largely in support of the war in Ukraine. But there is nothing ironic about the fact that Russian men continue signing up to fight in Ukraine at a rate of 30,000 a month, so the Kremlin still has enough sufficiently motivated troops to go on another offensive in Ukraine. We've discussed the financial motivation before. 200,000 rubles a month is a game changer for an average Russian man and his family. But this traditional values-based motivation should not be underestimated. According to the recent poll conducted in Russia by University of Chicago's National Opinion Research Center, 64% of respondents believe that the conflict with Ukraine represents a civilisational struggle between Russia and the West. and 68% respondents said they were concerned that Western influences, such as LGBTQ, will affect traditional Russian values. And this is how the controversial Almost Naked Party, attended by some of Russia's top celebrities in hardly any clothing, and the severity of the subsequent public backlash may hint at the success of Kremlin's current course. Many of the stars published videos in which they're proclaiming love for their country and profusely apologizing to the Russian public and the soldiers defending us at the front. But that wasn't quite enough. Anastasia Ivleeva, the organizer of the party, is now facing 2 lawsuits amounting to millions of dollars. One case was registered as a class action on behalf of 22 plaintiffs who say they and millions of other Russian citizens have been subjected to moral suffering by witnessing images of the event. They're demanding that Ivleeva and MTS, as co-defendant, be forced to transfer 1 billion rubles, which is around $11.3 million, to the Defenders of the Fatherland Support Fund for troops taking part in the war in Ukraine. The other lawsuit claims the defendants were deliberately disseminating destructive information on social networks that undermines the foundations of state policy to strengthen spiritual and moral values. It's important to note that there was nothing out of the ordinary about this particular party. Russia's rich and famous have always flaunted their status in a lavish and often provocative manner, while enjoying full immunity from the increasingly oppressive laws. According to Russian opposition politician Maxim Katz, while Russia is crusading for traditional values and against foreign influences, the elites were reveling in their own private Amsterdam within Moscow, where they could do whatever they want, wear whatever they want, as long as they remained loyal to the system and said the right thing. But the rules have changed. Maxim Katz added, the system can't just keep slaughtering tens of thousands of citizens in a pointless war, without feeding the rich and famous to the indignant crowd every once in a while. Rapper Vasio, who attended the party wearing nothing but a strategically placed Balenciaga sock, was sentenced to 15 days in jail and fined for spreading LGBT propaganda. Vasio also received a summons to enlist in the military. Then on Tuesday, Putin made his position clear with this juxtaposition. First, we have to pay attention to people who return from the special military operation. When people make this decision, go through this crucible and come back, they have their life priorities rearranged. One would no longer jump around without pants at some events. In the January 16th report, the ISW concluded, Russian President Vladimir Putin continues to portray Russia as the protector of traditional values, as part of an ongoing effort to define Russia as a cultural adversary to the West. Russian officials routinely portray Russia as upholding traditional values and may intensify this rhetoric in the coming months, as Putin declared 2024 the year of the family. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, leave us a like, a comment, and I will see you next time.